That's right, it's the 3 best words for any car guy. New project car. Yes. Hello and welcome to Making for Motorsport, where we make more, spend less and go faster. I'm a little excited because look, new project car, and it's a BMW. More specifically, it's a 318 Ti from year 2000. So yes, okay, it's slightly tatty and it's 23 years old and it's got 185,000 miles on it, so it's well worn in, I grant you, but it's mine. So, what is it? It's a 318 Ti, which means it's got a willful, keen, revvy little 16 valve up front, but it's not actually that fast. Hey ho, win some, lose some. But all of those 140 horsepower, all of them, well, however many it's got left, are sent here to the rear wheels. So that means we're going to have some smiles and have some skids. Right, let's go. Come on. We're going to go for a drive. Come on. Let's go. Come on. So what actually is it? Well, it's an E36 based car, which, if you remember, that was the model that was around in the 90s and was the first kind of modern looking 3 Series. And from kind of here forwards, it's pure saloon 3 Series. So I could get any bits from any of the other range of E36s and they would bolt straight up. And the suspension at the back, well, that's pure E30 territory, so that's from the 80s. And the E30 BMW, the 3 Series, had a reputation for being a little bit wayward. Perfect. And this particular model, well, this is a W reg, which means it's from the year 2000. It's done 185,000 miles, so barely run in, but it's in pretty good condition. It's quite pleasant, actually. It's quite a nice car. Yes, it's got 185k on it, so it's a little bit loose around the edges, but generally speaking, the outside's in decent nick. There's a little bit of bubbling on the rear arches, but all the main rust spots have been already replaced or taken care of. So there's no major restoration work to be done. And on the inside, well, it's lovely. I've got working air conditioning, amazing. I've got active stability control, which is very annoying because I keep forgetting to turn it off. And yeah, stability isn't really what this car's about. And yeah, it's perfectly pleasant. I mean, there's a few bits and bobs that, less than perfect, like the door handle here that you pull it too hard and it comes out, or the glove box that refuses to open. So that's the glove box front. Yeah, that shouldn't happen. But these things are character. Oh dear. And the car itself, well, it drives really nicely. It's got a little bit of a shake on the brake pedal, like there's a warped disc in there somewhere, and you get it on a bumpy road like this. Well, the steering wheel can tend to dance about a bit. I mean, it's lots of feedback, but it feels like there's a little bit of looseness in the bushes on the front, just causing the front wheels to grab at the steering slightly. And on low traction, like in the wet, it lurches from side to side and it's a bit dead in the middle. So I think the tracking's a little bit out. I think it's towing out a bit at the front. But, on the whole, it's a really nice car. It pulls really strongly, and it's going to be a perfect tool for what I want to do with it. So other things about this individual car before we're going to really getting into improvements. Well, at the moment it's got 4 of the finest mismatched Chinese ditch finders at each corner. So I think we're going to have to improve that, because at the moment it understeers round left-hand corners and oversteers round right-hand corners. So as entertaining as that is, I'm going to want something that's slightly more predictable. So new rubber, absolutely required. And the other thing that needs sorting is we've got a slightly soft clutch in it. I wouldn't say it was weak or it needed changing. If you were just going to drive the car, it'd be fine. But especially with some stickier rubber on the back and more traction, yeah, the clutch is going to be the first thing that's going to show its age and show it needs some more help. But what else would it be good to do with this car? So first off, make it feel a bit sportier. This steering wheel's got to go. It feels like I'm driving a bus. This thing is, it's huge, absolutely huge. And plus the steering is like 3 turns lock to lock. So yeah, that's not gonna make it the most agile of things. So there's a few more things we need to put on our shopping list, but it's okay, because I've got a few tricks up my sleeve. So what I'd wanted to do was to lay out all of my parts, my lovely, lovely bits I've got to go on it already. Let's have a tidy up first. Better. Right, let's see what bits we've already got for this car. So we've got the Bilstein B6 front struts, we've got Avo adjustable rear dampers, we've got the vented discs from one of the 6-cylinder E36s and some fancy Ferodo DS2500 racing pads. So those two together should help handle a bit of heat. We've got some Sibi Oscar Plus spot lamps, and we've got the quick rack out of a Z3. Yeah. It's one important bit that we're missing. A differential that's not only really heavy, but also limited slip. Oh yes. Oh, it's so good. I never want to put it down. But it's so bloody heavy. So I reckon bolting this lot on, some fresh rubber and sorting out those bushes and tracking will make this car a sweet little motor. And then we can get on to some proper modifications. So what's the plan for this car and why have I got it? Well, you've seen me do a lot of auto testing. Well, actually, in my heart of hearts, I love rallying. And this car is pretty much the perfect mix of budget, speed and smiles to go rallying. So that's what we're going to do, but that's going to take a little while to get there. So in the meantime, we're going to use this as a bit of a test bed to have a play around with all the stuff that we've done before. So we've got a Speeduino to go on it, we're going to have throttle bodies going on it. I quite like the sound of a supercharger and I haven't done one of them yet, so that might be a pretty good idea. So please, answers on a postcard, put it in the comments section. What would you like to see me do with the car? Now, because this is YouTube and this is a project car, it needs a catchy name. So over to you guys. You did a fantastic job with the Fiesta and naming it Project Siesta. What do you want to call this one? Now, naturally, it needs to be very, very catchy and look great on thumbnails. No pressure. Oh, so it's been a while since I filmed the bits you've already seen in this video, and since then I've done a few grass auto tests. And I've done a track day at the infamous Nürburgring. But I haven't actually stuck on any of the bits that I talked about yet, so I'm looking forward to doing that. And I also really want to hear from you guys, what madcap schemes do you have that you think I should do with this car? Put it in the comments. But for now, I'm going to leave this video here. Thank you very much for watching. If you'd like to help the channel, hit like and subscribe. And if you want to do some more, check out the Patreon and join these wonderful human beings scrolling past you here. But that's it for this one, so cheers and be good. And if you can't be good, don't get caught.